take this matter to other people. We as a movement, we should be on the front line. And I think the first thing is our safety. If you're going to the street and you feel like you're not safe, anything can happen. Then I think this is what is demoralizing a lot of people or even creating a lot of fear, because if one is shot and no one is taking responsibility, or no one is accountable, or it's just another person. Even the police themselves, they have the guts to continue with this brutality. So I feel like maybe before we occupy anywhere else, can we have a strong call for accountability from our police force, and also those who are giving the orders, especially those who are giving the orders. Can we maybe occupy the, what is the place in town here where,
land.
So, yeah, I feel like we should take this matter into our own hand. Let's not leave it to other people. Our own safety, if it's in our hands, we should be able to call for accountability. We should not move past calling for accountability for those who have been hurt, those who have been killed. This should be our first and foremost concern, that before we go to the street next week on Tuesday, that our safety is guaranteed. Is it so hard if we are calling for accountability from the president? Why can't we call for the accountability from those who are giving these orders? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julie. Let's go to Better Kenya.
Hi Wanyama.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Uko poa?
Uko salama. Dakika tatu street.
Very fast. Julie, I don't know what accountability you're looking for, but that is not going to happen today, tomorrow, or anytime soon. So stop even asking people to ask that. By doing that, we will be wasting more time. We've already wasted enough time waiting for President Ruto to give us whatever it is that we want. Another person had suggested writing a list of the things that we want done. That's another wastage of time, because we all know that nothing we ask for is going to be given to us. We are dealing with a dictator, someone who believes that we should not ask for anything from him, and he has the right to run this country however he feels fit. So no, asking for anything from him will not solve anything. We've seen that, we've been there, we've done that. We need to move on into finding solutions and giving ideas that are going to push him out of parliament. Another thing, doing this using the constitution will never work. Why? Because he is the one creating and making these constitution rules. He is going to change the constitution to what favors him. So that cannot work. That's why he cannot give. Okay, ni kama sasa mna expect Ruto awape the key to opening a door that will lead him out of parliament. He's not going to do that. That is not going to happen. Occupying schools. I don't get the point of occupying schools. Because tukienda maandamano, most likely the children won't even be in schools. That's another wastage of time. Let's do things that will make them uncomfortable. Things that will fuck him up. JKIA sounds perfect. I don't know why we have to go through, around and run around when we know occupying JKIA and crossing the expressway is going to work good. Is going to make him feel it. So we should be occupying, the ports, We should make sure nothing gets in Kenya and nothing leaves Kenya for a certain period of time. So tufunge kama maports, JKIA, borders zote, to make sure hakuna outside, anything from outside is not getting in Kenya, nothing from Kenya is leaving the country. I feel like that should be our aim, our main goal, our main focus. Hizi zingine ni unnecessary, hakuna kitu itatupea hata tuende to camp CBD throughout haita happen. We can occupy State House, tuende na tukae huko na tuamue, we make ourselves comfortable there inside until he leaves. Obviously, he won't be in State House if we are in State House. We just have to make sure he never gets back to State House by staying there until he resigns. That's all. Tuendelee, but tuache waste time. We focus on what works. We occupy JKIA, we close the ports, we occupy State House.
Asante sana Beta. Mzee Mwaura, how are you today?
Wanyama kwema.
Karibu sana to the space. Hata wewe leo tunakupea dakika 3. Kwa heshima, tunaheshimu wazee wetu, lakini time.
Hakuna shida, mimi huheshimu sheria. Okay, thank you very much. I just want to start by saying this. I'm really shocked to hear what some people are saying. You see, particularly those in diaspora. You see, the fact that something is illegal doesn't make it moral. Let me repeat that. The fact that something is illegal doesn't make it moral. And the fact that the constitution says that Ruto must stay until 2027 doesn't mean he has to stay there. And for those people in diaspora, I would like to ask them this question. If this thing, what happened on 20 when Parliament was occupied, if Parliament was occupied, let's say in Berlin, let's say it was occupied in Paris, let's say it was occupied, let's say in Toronto, that government could have resigned. So that is the day that Ruto could have just said, enough is enough, and I'm leaving office. So you see, number two, you cannot have somebody like Kindiki. Yes, he's a technocrat. I believe that he's I think a professor in law. But this is a minister who oversaw the massacre of the youth, of our children. Yet he has been reappointed again. What does that make? You see? So let's not pretend as if being in diaspora and living in the comfort of where we are, and things that can only be done by the devil himself are happening in Kenya, and we just clap and just watch them happening. No, I don't support that. Let's be human. Let's be human enough. Let's care about those people who are dying for lack of medication in Kenya, lack of food, people who are lacking education in Kenya, people who cannot take their children to the university because the fee has been hiked, people whose money, billions and billions, are being reported every day by the Auditor General. And as I go, every day billions are missing. Yet nothing is happening. And yet you stay with this person until 2027. Somebody is saying that it's only 3 years down there. Yes, I believe it's only 3 years to 2027. But do you know the kind of damage that Ruto will do before we reach 2027? You see, this is not a person you can negotiate with. It's as if we don't know who Ruto is. We know who he is. We know the history since the YK92, since the grabbing of Brad Muteshi, the tear gassing of children at Langata Road Primary School. We know all this about him. So this is a person who cannot change, a person who is not ready to listen, and a person who is not ready for dialogue. You see, I don't support people doing violence. I'm fully against that. And when you hear that same thing, somebody here saying that the Ford Foundation is funding the demonstration in Kenya, I'm sure that somebody can believe such nonsense from Ruto, that Ford is funding this demonstration. Ford is nowhere. And after all, what Ruto could have done if he knew it was Ford, he has all the intelligence. We have one of the best intelligence in Africa. He could have brought the evidence. He didn't bring the evidence. And the Ford Foundation, in fact, there's a lot of projects in Kenya, including the judiciary itself. Does he also want to tell us that funding the judiciary by Ford is also wrong? Please. Me, I don't support any violence. I'm somebody who is very peaceful, and any hand over the part of the planet. Ruto, the only thing Ruto can do honorably now is to resign from office. But he cannot, I know he cannot do that unless maybe he's forced out. Because he says somebody who is very greedy for power. I thought that he's going to bring at least a new faces in the card. But he has just recycled the very same thing. That is continuing day, right, left, and center. So for me, please, if you're in diaspora, continue living your comfortable life, but let's be human, Let's care about the sufferings of that Kenyans are going through. Where's jua uko umekaa huko sijui huko Marekani, umekaa huko Uswisi, huko Ujerumani, Uingereza, huko in your comfort, everything is running. Where's jua ile shida hii tuko naye Kenya? Tafadhali tuheshimiane. Tujue ile shida wa Kenya wenzetu wanapitia huko nyumbani. Asante, nimekasirika sana. Wacha nimazie hapo.
Asante sana, msikunywe maji mkikasirika, please request for the mic. Asante sana mzee Mwaura. As always, we value your wisdom in these spaces. Mkikasirika, don't drink water. Breathe in, breathe out, then come to these spaces and vent. Joshua?
All right. Thank you, Wanyama. Do you hear me?
Loud and clear, 3 minutes.
All right, thank you. I want to say, Mwaura, thank you so much for venting, and this is what I want to hear. I want to reply to Albert. I've been seeing him online here every space trying to sanitize the government, and you cannot sell the government at this point. This is not the time to sell the government. The government is rotten to the core, and there's no Kenyan that are going to accept what the government is doing. I mean, you cannot fire the cabinet after firing all the cabinet, and then out of 11, you bring back 6. What was the point of you firing them? You could have reshuffled them and fire whoever you wanted to fire. All right? So, Albert, let me tell you that, you cannot sanitize the government here. I want to talk to Abuda. I think he's listening here.
Joshua?
Yes, sir.
I still insist on the part of, I'm not trying to protect Albert, but I still insist on the part of attack the idea, not the person. Because here's the thinking.
I'm trying to attack his idea.
Yeah, here's the thinking about, and you're not wrong, Joshua. I'm just trying to elevate us all. Let us elevate each other to the point of, if someone like Albert is asking those questions, trust me, my mother is asking. We'll ask us those questions at some point.
Okay.
So let's focus on the idea of the person.
This is the point, and this is my question. Kindiki is a technocrat. We say yes, it's a technocrat. 2023, 72 people died during demonstration under his watch. This year, 51 people have died under his watch during demonstrations, all of them by the government, by the police. 42 people in Kwara massacre. How many people do people want to die so that you can know that this man is unfit for the position? It doesn't matter who is president. It doesn't matter where he come from. I don't care about that. What we care is somebody who can bring policies that can help Kenyan people. I'm from diaspora, like Albert. And I want to tell Mwaura that not everybody who's from diaspora, who is trying to save the government at this point. But the point is, if we occupy, next week we are going for Maandamano, and some of us will be supporting you here from, sharing the hashtag and everything. The thing is that let us try to inject to Sirusi hope, tuendelee kufanya kazi kawaida, kazi anamaanisha kazi ya maandamano. That's the only language that the government understands. Because all these other things people are saying, ya kuenda kuongea, all those kind of things, government doesn't understand that thing. Ruto is trying to save himself. So the language that he understands in the Maandamano, that's the only thing that can bring him down. Right? So I don't have nothing to say about that. Thank you.
Asante pia Joshua. Asante sana. By the way, you raise very valid concerns, which is good. But I have to go to the next speakers. I would like to contribute to that, but because of time, let's give people chances. Billy Mijungu. Is this the Billy, our senior in journalism? Billy, if you can hear me. Billy Mijungu. I've never heard his voice. Keeps coming and just... Okay, if Billy is not there, Simba. Simba, can you hear me? Hashim Simba. You've unmute, but I can't hear you. And guys, no need to raise your hand. I've clearly marked how people are coming to the speaker panel. Next, Mr. Daniel Wabwire.
Hata pia mimi nichukue nafasi kwanza niwasalimu.
Before you continue, Daniel,
let me tell sana.
Daniel, just a second. Simba and Billy, please, I'm dropping you, but come back to the speaker panel. Just request again once you've sorted out your mic issues. Wabwire, habari yako kaka?
Poa sana bwana. Unajua hapa ni mahali penye tunaambiana ukweli. Hapa tufichaningi kwa space. Na hatutaita kijiko kuwa ile naitwaje? We cannot call a spoon a big a spoon a spade a spoon. Mimi kwa watu wote ambao wamepeana mazungumzo yao tumesikia wote. And most of them wanatuhudi hapa kwa space. Most of us tumepitia direct, tumeface direct uchungu wa hii serikali. So mtu hawezi kuja hapa aanze kutuambia ati venye tunafaa tuwazilishe maoni yetu, na hiyo maoni anajua. Huyu jamaa anaona TV kila siku. Anajua hata sana kuna daughters wanamwambia. Sana sema daughters wako kwa ground wanaongea na vijana. Na hii kitu lazima tuongezane ukweli. Maandamano tunafaa tuende kila siku. I wanted first kuuliza Albert swali kwa sababu naona yeye anajaribu ati about sanitization na hii ambayo hatutakubali. These people are trying to sanitize the president. If you are in government, you are eating very well. Familia yako haipitie shida. Many families out here wanaumia. Family hata maji ya kunywa peke yake hawana. So giving somebody a time kwa space akuja hapa kuleta kuvuruga mkutano ambao tunajua title tumeandika #Ruto must go. Kama hujasoma hiyo title usiingie kwa space. That is how it is. Kwa hii space imeandikwa Ruto must go kumaanisha ukiingia umejoin cause. You either you are with us or with them. Hiyo ndio mambo yenye tunafaa tuongelee. Lakini tukileta ati you have different, tunakubali both opinions. Hii hatujaika at debate kuuliza who is supporting the government and who is not supporting the government. Here tuko here on the same cause. And the same cause is that Ruto must go because he has failed as a leader. Na tumesema the only way that Ruto anasikia ni maandamano. Through protest ndio Ruto anaelewa. Na hapo ndio Kenya anaruhusiwa kupiga kura hapo na pia kuandamana kwa streets. Na tumeona njia yenye Ruto anasikia sana ni street. So tukikuja hapa tunaongelea about how atasikiaje, wapi penye atafinyika zaidi, wapi penye atasikia uzito. So mtu akuja na kuambia hapa we have seen Diaspora wanasaidia maandamano, and ukiangalia hizo kampuni zenye namulikwa za Diaspora unapata they are helping the same government. Unapata hizo funds zinaendea the same government. Mimi sijaipata fund yote ati Daniel this is receive this money go and fund protest. Mimi mwenyewe najitoa kwa sababu najua hii serikali ilipitisha wapi kupata kazi, nikakosa kazi mpaka nikaanzia biashara yangu. Na hiyo biashara yenye nimeanzia tena serikali inaua kabisa. Alafu mtu anakuja hapa because you are earning government salary, unakuja hapa unaanza kutusomea ujinga. We will not tolerate that. Kama unajua uko kwa space na umekuja kuja na cause moja, #Ruto must go. Soma hiyo title. Kama usomi hiyo, usijoin hiyo tu ndio yangu. I think na supportiwa na wengi hapa. Peana mwingine hizo dakika nimedonate.
Sasa Daniel. Albert, I think unataka salamu za Genz. Pia unataka salamu za I see your request, but unfortunately to bring in more speakers, I can't recycle the speakers as well. Mr. Yuti. Bana, mko na majina. King Yuti, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
You're
I'm
next.
here, brother.
You're next. For anyone joining us right now, we are still on the topic of Ruto must go, the movement in Kenya right now. And we are just asking you not to be a silent follower. Please remember to retweet the space, follow Afrocentric, follow me as well. My name is Wanyama, and follow Ayo as well. The reason why we are doing that is not for gain train. We are asking you to do that because whenever we put the next space, you'll be here and you'll be joining us. Do not miss even a dime. Mr. Yuti, go ahead.
Okay. Yes. My name is Yuti, natoka Nakuru. Yes, na niko na view. Mimi naona tuna waste time sana hapa. Kuna I want to echo someone mwenye ameongea sahi. There are people who want just to spread kitu ya niaje tuingize ka forgiveness. My question is tukiingiza all this softness yenye tunataka tuingize, gava inatuangalia aje? Gava inatufanyia nini? We cannot even talk, we can't, yani sioni hata room ya kukaa mahali tuongee kama wase waliuliwa. I don't think hata saa hii ati tunaweza kaa tunafuata tukue tumeweka gava hii time, hata saa hii tumeweka sana. I think it's time ni aje, we are tired and we need to show how serious we are, kwa sababu at the moment as much as we are showing we are very serious, you see how the government is doing. Tunachezea mind games, na ndio maana hizi mind games zimejaa. Okay, you come even to a space like here, unapata kuna someone anakuja kutuambia ni aje, nataka tu mkwe msikirie gava huruma, msifanyie hii, au anatufanyia nini? You guys mnataka tuache hii kitu turudi wapi? Mnataka tuache maandamano turudi wapi? You want the next week, the next month, you're still dealing with the same people. Sasa kwanza watakuja na vengeance, watakuja na ubaya. Why? Wameweza kusilence the best that Kenya would offer, yenye inaweza offer at this time in this season. So the thing is, sioni time ya kuongea, time ya kukaa chini ati tuanze kufikiria vile tutakuwa compassionate. At the end of the day, these guys are killing us. They are killing our businesses. They are killing our dreams. Yani uko sahi hata una hope. Unasikia whole president anakuaga akisema ati anataka kuexport labor. What the fuck? Hiyo ni government gani? Ati niko na agenda ya kuexport labor. Yani sitaki mwaka kwa country yangu, nataka muende mwaka na huko. Kwa sababu yeye anataka kucontrol the retail yenye wataachwa. The thing is, hakuna kukaa chini, hakuna kukaa as in we are not going to negotiate anymore. Si hakuna hata chance ya kupea hii room, si wanatupoison akili zetu. We are just tired of the system. Personally, I'm so tired. I'm not going back. Mimi hata wasenye wanaongea ati historia ya maandamano, ni wase watu wajaenda. Ni wase wajafika kwa street, ama ni wase wa affect na hii stuff directly. They are well off. But the thing is, there are people who are suffering like real. Kuna wasi saizi wanachunwa tu na gava hivi ni aje, uko na kampuni. I'm personally one of them. Unachunwa tu ndo nini? They don't want you to empower yourself. So guys, mimi sijui tuna negotiate turudi wapi. I don't see anywhere we are going back to. I don't see a room of us atie ni aje tuache Ruto afike 2027. How? Huyo msi atatumaliza before 2027. Vijana tutakuwa zero. IDs zitafikishwa hata 10,000. The thing is, hatuna chance, hatuna time. It's either we wake up right now, guys, or ni aje imeisha. Mimi yote imebaki na achia mse next. Thank you, guys.
Time yako imeisha. Time yako imeisha. Mongare, let's have some decorum when you come to the speaker panel.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just
thank
wait
you. Can you
for
hear
your
me?
chance. Mongare, wait. Have some decorum when you come to the speaker panel. You'll get your chance. So let's give other people the chance they need. 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Anthony was next. Anthony?
Asante sana Wanyama. So mi niko na proposal. Currently saa hii movement ni kama imepata a new rebirth, a new lease of life. So zile vitu tuna ask, the things we are asking for, to make sure zina resonate na all other Kenyans, because wacha ni washow kitu kwa all of us. Ile cry venye huyo mse ametoka anasema biashara yake imefinywa, hata zetu zimefinywa. So tuko na chance ya kucollect all these cries za Wakenya tuzieke kwa hii movement. So as much as wase wanasema Ruto must go, constitutionally na Wanyama, I think unaweza bring in lawyers watu show, yes, tukichoose option ya kusema Ruto must go. Constitutionally, how practical is it? Akitupea reasonable timeline, well and good, you can take that route. On the other, my take is, as we go out Tuesday, tuitishe zile vitu wa Kenya wengi wanaitisha. Juu saa hii wametu entrust na goodwill. You know, they are really supporting us. Hata kama across all ages wanatu support. So tuitishe vitu kama huyo msa amesema IDs. We say we want a better cabinet, we want corruption tackled, all these things. I know people will say he knows, but repetition is not wrong. So, and then kitu ngine nataka to take note of Wanyama, because nimerealize nikikusikiza you are well versed. Wewe ni mse uko well informed. Na kila mtu hapa yuko. The only way we shall have a successful revolution is if we also take time to learn from other revolutions. akina Nelson Mandela, akina Wangari Maathai. So wacha ni zero into na Nelson Mandela na Wangari Maathai. Wangari Maathai alifight Moi. Moi had the not this constitution, the old one, which gave him supreme power. So Wangari Maathai alikuwa na organize, hizi rallies come outs. But aka notice yeye pekee wakitoka wanapigwa, wanauliwa, wanaimprisoniwa. So akajiuliza ni aje tunaweza demonstrate na tufikie Moi bila sisi kukufa na kuumia. That is the reason alienda Uhuru Park. Akaenda Uhuru Park, wase wa Moi akamiscalculate, akata kwa Wangari Maathai akiwa Uhuru Park. That was the end of Moi's regime. Kwa nini? Juu international community ili come in, ikauliza Moi to explain here, what are these women asking for? They are asking for the release of their husbands and children who you have imprisoned without trial. And let me now go to my third point. That's where the international community, that's when you get to realize how strong the international community is when it comes to our local politics. Ruto anaweza kuwa tuogopi, but trust you me, kama sahi US inaenda kufanya elections, anaogopa hiyo voice. Unaona? So as we plan the way forward, Wanyama na akina Ayo, how do we make this government look bad in front of the international community? Because let me tell you, even Nelson Mandela, to end apartheid, it was not how people died in Soweto. He ended it because the Ali shift focus from South Africa, aka bring in international force. Wase wengine pia wakaanza kuresonate na reasoning yake. Cause wacha niwaambie, corruption hakuna mtu anaitaka, home and abroad. If we can be able to make this government naked, we shall win. Without us having to die, we shall win. I just need, na feel tu tuna need to rethink na tukue more strategic. That's the only thing. I feel we have the right message, but tuna deliver in the wrong way. Nimemaliza Wanyama. Wanyama, mnanisikia?
Yeah, tunakusikia.
Yeah.
Oh, and then ya mwisho Wanyama, let's consider how we can all bring our voices together. Kuna msali kwa message hiyo kitu, kama kuna venye tunaweza fikiria, venye tunaweza merge, na Ayo aka comment, akatoa very good example venye Citizen Nation wali interview president. If there's a way tunaweza leta hizi ideas zote into one boiling point. Kama we una hostingi, Kibe ana hostingi, wase wale tunaweza agree, tunaweza kama pamoja, so that we make every idea into a better idea. We enrich each other. Hiyo ndio kitu tunaweza suggest going forward. That's my last comment.
Guys, can anyone hear me?
Now we can. Now we can.
Okay.
We actually were not hearing you earlier on.
Before I got I got kicked out of the space. I don't know how, man. But I'm back. Before I get to the co-host again, let's keep this one going. Thank you, Anthony. Next was Dennis Lavezi. 3 minutes. Before I'm able to accept more speakers into the panel. Dennis, can you hear me? Lavezi. Going once, twice. Okay. Redemptor.
Yes, Wanyama.
Tuambie maneno muhimu kwa dakika 3.
Nitajaribu kucompress. For self-preservation, so that I am not arrested.
Dennis, it's fine. You will speak after Redemptor. Redemptor. It's okay. Actually, Redemptor.
Okay, it's fine.
Thank you.
So for self-preservation in this era of abductions, I like to declare mimi ni mtetezi, mwandishi, mzazi na mwananchi. So I will address, today I'll speak as a writer who uses words, and I'll speak as a mtetezi. And as a parent, I'll say, hata tukiongea aje, I have been out there because my children, my nieces and nephews have put their lives on the line to defend their constitution, to demand for accountability, and they have been meted with injustices. Now, very quickly, politics is a game of numbers. And it is a game of perception. I want to apologize for people who've been in this platform. Centric. When I get very agitated and maybe I feel like, looks like I'm attacking you. That is the mtetezi maybe and the mama tiger, the mzazi that come in play. There's someone who has come here. They have said politics is a game of perception. It's a word. They use words. They use propaganda. Now, writers, lawyers, politicians, philosophers, media personality, and the clergy play with words. People have come to this platform and told us that our president, their president, Ruto must go. Ruto is a good strategist. I have even gone to the dictionary. A strategist is someone who is skilled in planning for military and political. But I think I want to change that word and tell you that this man is a schemer. And a schemer is one who has underhand dealings. The plans are under. So the use of words is what is being played on the citizens. And I'll keep repeating, our young people are smart. There's someone who has come here and said Ford Foundation, we've just discovered Ford Foundation has been funding. I am offended that someone who knows how the world works would go with a narrative to mislead, misinform people. Ford Foundation has been in Kenya for donkey years, and they give money to those organizations. Now, very quickly, people are taking advantage of a movement. And that is like when there were floods, maji ikitoka huko ikibeba ilikuwa inabeba kila kitu. Kila kitu. Good things that are not supposed to be swept away were being swept away. So the play that diaspora, I despise diaspora. That was a very strong statement. I have said it and I want to repeat. Now I can borrow the word despise. I despise old men who kill young men who are just fighting to survive. I want us to amplify suffering and injustice that is in Kenya. Anything else ni maneno, ni kucheza na maneno. So I'll finish. I won't talk for long. There's revenge mission. Politicians are turning on each other. They are trying to take advantage of the Gen Z movement. It started out as a Gen Z movement. Now it is an ideology of people who are convicted that they have the capacity using their brains to save their country. Anybody who is coming here to tell us how good Ruto is in planning must also tell us how good he is in scheming. Anybody here who is coming to tell us how the young people have no plan must remember how these young people have suffered. We've just gone through post-election every time we have skirmishes. Then we've just come from COVID where people died, 20 people died. Someone has mentioned 72 last year when AJAABU revolution, that was a AJAABU revolution that was budding. Then ikamalizwa na wanasiasa. Now we are in another one. Thank you for your time.
Asante sana.
Sawa,
Asante sana.
sawa.
Asante sana. Dennis Lavezi, dakika 3 strictly. And before you even go, Afro, if you can hear me, fanya ile jambo. I need to bring in more speakers into the panel. Afrocentric. Dennis.
Yes, Wanyama.
3 good.
Yes, Wanyama. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dennis. Can you hear me?
Thank you very much. I think it's my first time to get an opportunity, so thank you. Hello, guys. First of all, I would like to say, I would like to talk about the strategy. We have a problem with strategy because when the hashtag there out there is Ruto must go, and every time you go in a space, you go to the X, you find it. But now, different people from different angles, you find people saying occupy everywhere. Another person is saying occupy CBD. At the same time, another person says occupy Uhuru Park. So when the political class see this, I want to say clearly, they are very happy. They are very happy. It looks like
we are dividing ourselves. Because when we do that, that's why we are seeing police are able to kill us, police are able to abduct us, because we do not have numbers. So that's we have a problem with the strategy. Remember, we are dealing with a person, like the previous speaker has said, is a strategist, and you can see how he knows how to play games. Now, the person we are dealing with is not just evil, it's like a devil, and he hides in church. Religion in Africa, I don't know, I think some people know, but not many people. Religion is one of the main cause of poverty and suffering in Africa. Most people may not believe it, but personally, I believe it's true. And that's why religion and politics, they are inseparable. They are both very evil, and religion is even more evil than politics. Ruto knows that, and he used the same religion to become a president. And that's why whenever the political class is threatened, they very quickly run to the religion, to the church. They try to ask the church to calm down the people. And the good things that the citizens are fighting for, eventually it becomes nothing, because most of the people listen. And therefore, we should be able to know the kind of the person we are dealing with. So my point was, first of all, we have a problem with the strategy. For example, we need to have a concrete strategy. If we say occupy State House, it is not something that can happen without numbers. For example, somebody proposed out there, we need to pull people from counties, because, for example, the last time there were demonstrations, I could see in many counties there were more demonstrators, more protesters than in Nairobi. And this one, you can bear me witness. So I don't know how easy it is, but if we can succeed in pulling these protesters together from those counties and from all regions, areas of Nairobi, and then we agree on one thing at a time, occupy JKIA or occupy State House, one thing at a time. There is nobody who can stop close to 1 million crowd. Police and the security will run away, and we will finish it, because we have lost so many lives. And when we continue with this kind of occupy CBD, and even now, you go to Twitter, go to X now, you see people are spreading different strategies. Occupy CBD, occupy whatever, occupy Uhuru Park, occupy JKI now. Surely, let us have a concrete plan. There is no one who can stop close to 1 million protesters, and we can win it in a record time if we do that. I want you to know, Sri Lanka, I think it took them almost 7 months. But I tell you, if we can pull these people and we spread this strategy, we have like close to 1 million, and we march to State House. It is a done deal. It is a done deal. The other thing is, as somebody is saying, we are wasting a lot of time. We are wasting a lot of time. We need to do it, because we are losing so many young people every time. The other thing, sorry, before I finish, maybe can give me a few seconds, is about police abductions. How many people do we want to lose? These people, they say, I see when I go to X, I see very many people posting posters there, releasing them to the president and the country, saying, we have said you do this and this. Why are you not creating a poster, please, and say, let it giving police ultimatum. We tell the police, warning and ultimatum. Tomorrow, if we go to the streets and you kill one more person or abduct one more person, we have also to act. Why are you not releasing those posters? I've only seen posters saying, Kenya president, do this, design, and so on. Very many posters, good one. Why? Someone to design a poster, and we have to act. They cannot, as somebody said, if you see someone being abducted, there is no way it can happen. Those are criminals. They are abducting protesters. It cannot be happening. It cannot. Dennis. It is high time we give. Yes, please.
Kwa heshima tu malizia.
Okay. Let me stop there. But we need a clear strategy.
Asante sana Dennis. But usikunywe maji Tafadhali, just breathe in, breathe out. Usikunywe maji. Najua tumekasirika. All of us tumekasirika. Yeah. Usikunywe maji. Breathe in, breathe out, kuja. Napenda vile umeweka. Let's just continue like that. Simba. Hashim, sijui ni simu yako iko na shida or what? Every time you join the spaces, you just don't speak. Simba, going once. Are you able to hear me? We cannot hear you. I see you've unmute, but I can't hear you. Or, kuna mtu yote in the speaker panel anasikia Simba?
No, I can't get him.
Okay. Next was Mongare. Mongare, umetujoin finally. Mongare as well can't be heard. I think now we are at Kingori. Kingori Mwangi.
Yes, thank you, Bwana Wanyama. I hope you are
dakika tatu. Dennis, yes, please mute your mic.
Just want to say that it is this debate is very it is timely, and we don't need to continue attacking the driver. We must also look at the vehicle ourselves as a society in Kenya. That we have two components that we have to check on ourselves. One, it is the moral standards that we have set as a society, as Kenyans, as citizens. What we are demanding of our leaders, do we have it ourselves? And that is the system we have to look at. The whole vehicle should be looked at before even the driver comes in. Even a new one, is the vehicle ready for the driver? Or we are just putting the drivers, then we start attacking the driver, forgetting that the vehicle has engine issues, it has wheel issues, the inside, the seats are not there. If they are there, they are broken. So we must go back and look at the moral standards that we have. At the same time, we also need to change the strategy. Now we go for this church. The church, we should go to the church and register all the churches afresh so that they can achieve the standards that we want to be set in this country. So that we can cure the problem of morals, because that is where the morals comes from. That's the role of the church, to propagate the message of morals in our society. Then we go to the legal fraternity. Do we have the requirements, the legal requirements in our constitution? Is our constitution able to cure all this, or we need to overhaul it? We need to now to amend this constitution so that we are not burdened. At the same time, what we are demanding is inserted, clauses are inserted in that document, so that when you are demanding, we are able to quote a particular section and say this one should be done this way from Gen Z, from the citizens, that all of us, we agree that if it is corruption, we are able to fight it this way and this way. We classify the offenses that we need to fight most, because normally there are these normal offenses we have, but we have the capital offenses. What should we do for those offenses? So the legal fraternity should sit down, come up with the citizen-driven bills, take it to the parliament. We also have other parliamentarians who are good. Now they should be, their services should be needed. They should be sought so that we can take those bills which are citizen-driven. We come up with citizen-driven. Those, all the Gen Z lawyers should sit down then. As parliament opens on Tuesday, what happens? Take the bill there. Give one of the, now let us have a pipe that we can use to take that bill inside the parliament. Tabled, debated, as we watch, as we monitor, as we keenly look at what are they discussing. Are they passing the bills, or are they being corrupted in one way or the other? But with all that, it is us now to drive these bills, not even the MPs. We should only hand them over to them. This is a bill on EACC. EACC should be given prosecutorial powers. Those powers are taken by who? One member of parliament, who is who has integrity. We all know them.
Please finish.
Those who don't have. So I wish to submit that, so that let us not continue saying that we should attack the driver. Let us look at the vehicle. The vehicle has issues. Someone is stealing even the wheel. Those who are seeing the wheels, where are they? Let us be arrested. Even the one who is arresting should be checked. Is he arresting the right person? I saw the other day someone saying that they had arrested mistakenly one of the guy, the journalist. Even the one who is arresting should be checked whether he is arresting the right people, or we are only there commenting. We should, as we go for to occupy, let us occupy the right places with a bill in our hands. Take it there, get up an MP, give it to him, tell him this institution should be done this and this and this. Thank you so much, Wanyama, and I thank you.
Asante sana Kingori, and you've highlighted a key thing when we speak about all these items. Simba, I see you've unmute again. Are you able to speak? Okay, iko shida hapo hivyo. JM, before I come finally to the last speaker before Kate. JM?
Unajua, can you hear me, Wanyama? Again, thank you for the great work you're doing. You're Afrocentric, and I do appreciate it. In my 3 minutes, I don't want to make my personal submission because it's completely a cry. I have absolutely no idea what is happening right now. Let me go to Anthony Morathi, his submission that I don't think quite a number of us paid attention to. I don't know Anthony Morathi, by the way, just for full disclosure. It has nothing to do with me. He raised something that is fundamental that I would be interested in, that we pay attention to how we bring the international community into the movement. I know we are going around talking about presenting many things and everything, and that's okay, by the way. Nobody's wrong in this. It's just the way we're doing. But what is going to have the big impact? Mahali tumefika, and Wanyama, you've done a lot. These guys have done a lot. All of you have done a lot. Sasa tumefika mahali where we are being boxed into two things. And I'm going to redefine them. And when my time is up, please tell me and I will stop. We are being told that we have an end game. That if this is achieved, then we stop. Freak Jesus, that's not even what's happening here. So we don't have a situation where that this is an end game that the movement is looking for. The movement is looking for an extremely good governance and better Kenya. I don't even know how much time we can confess that, communicate that, tell people about that. So the fact that you wake up one day and give us a cabinet and you tell us that you have achieved what these people have been agitating for, you have freaking no idea. You don't hear, and if you hear, you don't understand. What we are talking about is a complete change of where we are as a country, change of governance, and what we are heading to. So that I don't go into my agitation, because I've always been very, animated in my submissions, let me say this. I want to ask you, Wanyama, whether we're gonna have to meet outside of the space, and of course with the, Ayo, of course, good friend, and all this. Let's talk about how do we bring a focus of the dangers we are facing in the Kenyan system to the international community, so that when it comes to a time of us going to maybe not occupy State House, because I'm yet to get into that, maybe go occupy Huru Park, and we get into billions of people. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, shoot. Did I lose everybody? Can you hear me,
No.
Wanyama?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just saying, please finish up before we go to the next speaker.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Sorry. I guess my time is. I just want to make another point, but shoot.
You can make
I'll
the
probably
point in a
if I get
minute. Do not lose your trail of thought. Make it in a minute. I still believe you can communicate.
okay.
This is a space
so
for the
let me
people.
try that. So what I'm saying is that one of the things that I completely and I actually left my own presentation and I wanted to endorse what Anthony Moretti was talking about is that we can bring an international community, and we know how to do that. I mean, Wanyama, you're not new to this. We say occupy, whether it's Huru Park. We bring people into this. We speak what exactly are the issues. And obviously, the issues are corruption. Nilisikiza Ruto's speech, the entire thing, prior to introduction of I almost freaked out. Like prior to introducing the 11 members, guys, this was the most annoying thing I've ever listened to. He spoke to what he thinks is the problem and not we have told him is the problem. If any of you think I'm lying, go back and listen to it. Go back, listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
We are intellectuals. We go back and listen to it. I've been through this system from 2022 or 2002 of the Kibakis and all that. So, friends, go listen to Ruto's speech. Do you know what he did? He replicated one thing that I have to tell you. When Kibaki was cornered, he said, I'm going to do my half of the cabinet, and then I go back to negotiate with the other party. You guys did catch that. So I have to tell you that this is what exactly happened. Replica. And then he actually, say that I'm now doing a broad-based negotiation with other political parties. So he said that this thing is all political. And then who the freaking world, I don't want to use the bad word here because, I'm a preacher for many times. Who the world is
Okay, James.
referring to? Right. Okay.
Maliza. Kindly.
Back to you, Wanyama. But I'm going to tell you that let's have a simplistic way of getting the international community involved in this. And then let's tell Ruto that, yes, your speech was a speech that was based on what is in your head and not what is in the public domain. Thank you. I apologize for taking longer than I should have taken or was allocated, but God bless. And I will yield and probably.
Thank you. Asante sana,
I'll go back.
God bless you too. God bless you too. Keith, hii mic ni moto na kupitishia bana. Ongea kitu ya maana, Keith. Keith, if you can hear me.
Yeah, thank you so much. I can get you. How are you, Wanyama?
Doing well.
Okay, thank you so much. So Chapter 6 of Article 75 of the Kenyan Constitution says that once someone is dismissed from holding a public office in the government, they're not supposed to be to hold any space in the state. So our lawyers, I kindly ask you guys to take these matters to your hands, because this CS Kindiki, he was in office when people were being killed by the police. The police were killing the innocent protesters without any cause. And then Duale, he was also in the office and he deployed the KDF to innocent protesters. And now we can see they're being recycled. So let me start by saying our lawyers, the Law Society of Kenya, kindly take these matters to the court, and we need to see some changes. Then when we say occupy everywhere, we're just wasting time, because we're going to get scattered and the police are going to get even more powerful. So we need to counter them by, having a precise destination. Sorry?
So continue, Kate.
By having a precise destination for success, just like what we did in the parliament. You see, everyone occupied parliament, and that's why we were successful. Everyone came in large numbers. See how that some people were occupying the, Uhuru Park. Some people, everyone occupied parliament. So we need a precise destination so that these guys will not get powerful by scattering us. Ruto was among the guys that were opposing the amendment of the constitution. So we cannot expect this guy to respect the constitution, and that's why he's appointing these other guys without respecting the constitution. The constitution is against that, and we've seen this guy disrespecting the constitution for a very long time, and he's done it regardless. So we need to, be woke, because Ruto, any slight chance this guy gets is going to interfere with the constitution of Kenya, and that's what is, that's what is protecting us as Kenyans. So any slight chance this guy gets, aenda kuharibu the constitution. So tusimpatie any chance to, revoke this thing. Then Ruto has now started to plan for 2027, and that's why we can see we are getting troubles to, access our IDs. We applied for IDs in 8 months ago. We've not received our IDs up to now. So this guy, and then now we are seeing Ameleta Davis Chirchir in the office. Davis Chirchir is an IT expert. We can remember in 2017, 2022, alisaidiana kuiba, the election, and 2017 pia. So Ruto knows what he's doing. That's why he is insisting in bringing back these guys. How can you bring Duale back? The guy that deployed KDF, Kindiki, Akina Wahome. It's not making sense. So this guy knows what he's doing, and he's just telling us, "Fuck you guys." Fuck you, because there's nothing we can do. He believes there's nothing that we can do. But we as Kenyans, we know there is something we can do. We are the sovereigns under Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution. So we have the power and the mandate. Then another thing, cover-ups are still there. They're still being done in hospitals. Police are still being protected by the government. People are being killed. The police by the police. Then they claim it's an accident. And if I just said niliona kwa X that mtu alimtumia the text that someone texted the doctor to interfere with to atoe the cause of death ya mtu. This guy was shot with a bullet, but someone texted the doctor saying it's an accident. So these guys are being protected, and that's why you can see they believe to be so powerful. They keep killing us because they know they're going to be protected by the government. They are not going to be held accountable. That's why we saw Baraza saying that this Muragiri, this guy that the killer cop, that akipelekwa kwa jela is going to pay for him to get to be freed. So these guys are being protected, and that's why wako na kiburi. So guys, we need to occupy one specific place and tell these guys that we're not joking with them. Personally, I'm so annoyed. I was just drinking some water, but my anger imezidi tena. So guys, we need to occupy one specific place. Kama ni JKIA, tuende JKIA. Then kama ni Huduma Center, because we need our IDs. 2027 is going, in case we survive this revolution, because in the previous election, the youths, we didn't vote. We didn't have our IDs. Now they're still holding our IDs. We need our IDs. Kama tuna after JKIA, we need to occupy Huduma Center. We need to get our IDs back. Thank you so much. I'm really annoyed. Wanyama, can you get me?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get back to the co-host so that I can accept more speakers into the panel. Asante sana Keith, and you elaborated well on that. Nataka kusema hivi, as much as we are having technical issues at the moment, we want to be in a position where, one, we are not really afraid of contrary opinion, that is to the movement, and the movement is Ruto must go at the moment. And second, I really need your help, and the help is, let us be active in the ways that matter a lot. You attending spaces matters, and I'm so thankful to everyone that makes time and also buys their internet, creates reminders, etc. They've turned on notifications. Thank you for that. But we need to step a little bit further, and that is the way we are going to keep this thing alive. One is the hashtag that we want to make history with it. We have already made history, but we need to make further history. That's Ruto must go hashtag. We are working with the algorithm. let me explain why this thing is important. There's a way X algorithm works. If you tweet anything with just the hashtag, it's counted as spam. So that's why we encourage you to put something before you put Ruto must go. Second is we are actively asking you to retweet the spaces, get it in front of many people as possible, because these only in such a manner, irrespective of the number of followers, the algorithm is going to pick it up and broadcast it to many people as well who join the spaces. The other thing is we are asking you to the people that you follow and you do not agree with them. Many people have given different types of opinions on that, micro influencers and influencers. Some of us are still on the path of growth. We will get there sometime, but we are thankful of the people that follow us. So we are asking you to, one, if it's not giving you peace, please block, because mental health imekuwa shida sana hii mwezi. If it's something that you can handle, please respond and tell them what your truth is. And if they have a very huge following, use that type of access to broadcast what your message is. Your message is Ruto must go. Put it in the comments if you're able to handle it. Kama muwezi kabisa, you can also decide to deplatform them, as other people have been proposing as well. Unfollow. You always have the choice to unfollow. The reason why we stand against gain trains is it destroys the quality of the account. If you do follow back, blah, 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 those things destroy the quality of the account. Not because these accounts are like the final jewel that we want to protect. No, it's because if we want to communicate effectively and to the high quality people that we have around us, then we have to maintain the quality of the accounts. These spaces are attended by different professionals, and thankfully, what tunaona huku, lawyers, our learned friends, Dr. Ikurukot was here earlier in the morning. Lawyer friends attend here. They come give us their legal opinion. My request to them, even LSK, the LSK board members have been here, the KSL president or chair has been here, etc., etc. Lawyers have always been consistent with us in these spaces. We've hosted spaces with Daktaris, especially when we were doing Occupy MOH. Maskela, the KPMDU person, was here as well, speaking different things that are affecting doctors as well. As much as we do not agree at times with that body, we have to agree that the only way is they are not the enemy. We have to move forward together. So we bring them on board as well. And we try and combine the spaces as well. That is Afrocentric spaces. I come and co-host in them. He comes to mine and also co-host. We also have KOT. We have different, that is Sonko 254. He hosts spaces daily. if not daily, I don't know. He has been on it. We have also been hosting spaces. The reason why we combine is because we want to bring you, it's not about us getting new heights of numbers, etc., etc. We bring you a consolidated quality of spaces. That's why we combine, because this thing is selfless. It's not about who gains, who does not gain. We bring you the best of all of us. It's not easy to manage these spaces, but we want to keep the conversation going. And as I wait for Afrocentric, these guys have been awake the whole night, Afrocentric and Ayo, so maybe he might be asleep. I want to keep the conversation going, and I think I'll just do with the speakers that I have right now. I'm trying to call Afro and see if I can get into the co-host panel. So msichoke for retweeting the space, etc., etc. I want to keep the conversation going. Now, the reason why I am so insistent on these spaces is I want to speak about the silent majority and the speakers who are here on the panel. I want a guided conversation as we wait. The silent majority ni wale our parents, wale our friends who don't really have access to Twitter or TikTok or YouTube or so any other type of social media. They are the majority, whether we like it or not. Twitter is still not the number one accessed platform in Kenya, let alone Africa. So this silent majority, for the speakers who are here, how do you think, or not think, give me options on how we are going to reach out to them. And I'll start with King Ori.
Yes, thank you, Wanyama. We can have our issues that we are discussing here need to be placed on various media. The mainstream media also need to capture them. The radio and everywhere. We need to have a channel from the X Space, Facebook, and other social media platforms to mainstream media. We also need the posters. I have seen so many posters. I'm forwarding them, and I think most of those who are not in Twitter can get them in the Facebook, WhatsApp. So people are good in forwarding. Kenyans are very good in disseminating information. At the same time, we can have now we are saying we are leaderless, but in one way or the other, there must be somebody who is keying in the needs of the youth, the demands, the grievances, and being posted to various platforms. The leaders, the parliament should also be given copies of those demands, so that as they drive the agenda of the parliament, they are aware that they have been given a copy. Even that meeting from the Uhuru Park, they need to be invited. They are given copies, and then they go to the National Assembly, to the Parliament, because you may not be allowed to get there if you are not a member of Parliament. So we also need to use them for the time they are there, as we wait for the most difficult situation that maybe they can happen, the solution of Parliament, and as we also discuss that Ruto must go, which might be very difficult in my opinion. We also need, that's why I need to come up with the new ways of making sure that as I said, the citizen-driven bills are very important. Even in Uganda, there is citizen arrest. When someone is engaged in scandals, in corruption activities, crimes, the huge economic crimes, they are arrested by the citizens, and then they are presented to the police. And the human rights activists and all the interested parties are able to progress with the case. So we need to bring power back to people by coming up with initiatives that the leaders do not have, because those ones are held hostage by the executive. So we don't need to although we have very independent minds, few of them who are very independent. Like when we pick like someone like a Saboti member of parliament, that is Caleb Amisi, is one person I have seen very independent. We have some member of parliament like Otiendo Omolo can be given the bills and they go with them. So we need to continue the conversation. At the same time, look for the link. A link in the parliament. We need a link in the judiciary. We need links so that we can channel. Water cannot get to the bucket if there's no pipe. So thank you.
Very key, very key. We will. I think yours resonates with the part of this is a marathon, not a sprint. Keith, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I think what we can do in our communities, there are a lot of groups. So we can organize community meetings and workshops. So we can simply just tell our parents to come in meetings, groups. We discuss about the arising matters that are happening in Kenya, so that they get informed. Because most of our parents, they don't have the social media, the WhatsApp. They're not informed that much. So we need to organize these communities, our chiefs, the local people. They can organize groups where they can discuss. They can tell them that this is what is happening. Then they can give them the key stats of what is happening. Then we can also also organize town hall meetings, like discussions where they voice their concerns and learn. Some of them are not learning. I'm sorry to say this, but some of them are not that learning. That's why they keep on rejecting what is being brought to them. That's why we see they keep saying we need to get patient. We need to give these guys time to, do whatever they're doing. So we need to organize key meetings and teach them on whatever is happening. Then we also need to conduct workshops on on their civic rights and the importance of getting involved in the matters concerning the country. So we need to teach them on their rights. Most of them they are not sure of their rights. They need to get informed and told that this is what has been happening. This is what you need to be doing. You need to get your IDs. You need to let your children register for IDs to address the safety and concerning issues. We can also get debates. We can organize discussions and debates where groups foster cultural and the inquire analysis. So we need to analyze whatever has been going on as we foster on the growth of our communities because most of our communities there is no growth. So we need to tell them that this is someone who gave the job and is not done this as expected. So what are we supposed to be doing? At the end of the day, they're going to learn that honestly, whatever you guys have been telling us, we are seeing them now. We are seeing that this guy has not been doing what his objective is. So I think that's all I wanted to add.
Keith, you seem quite articulated with these things, and I'm liking it. And just as people were speaking, I've decided to create a WhatsApp channel. I think enough of the talk. I think let's walk the talk. I've created that channel. It's called Kenya County News, the WhatsApp channel, and I've put it on the Jumbotron. You can also check my profile, guys. Go and follow that channel. Just click on that link. It's a WhatsApp channel. As I keep engaging other people who've been managing WhatsApp groups, etc., that will be like the official way. Let's take this information to the counties. Let's take this to our mothers. Let's know what is happening in the different counties, and I'll try my best to bring in different types of volunteers, etc., to that channel as well. The thing with channels is you can get information, and I think we are going to put this to as many volunteers as possible as well to get into it and bring us very valid information, posters that you'll send to our parents, friends, etc. Personally, I don't believe in the thing of having a WhatsApp group where thousands and thousands of messages are going through it. So something is lost. Not everyone has not even everyone, majority do not have the patience and time to pass through every message. So if you're here, as we said, this is digital activism, and we have to take it to the heights that are needed, because tumekuwa tukisema tunapelekaje wazazi wetu this message, tunapelekaje our friends who are not on X, they don't even know how to use the interface of X or Twitter. Let us take it to WhatsApp. And please, just click on that link. I've called it Kenya County News because we need to take it to the counties. Let's go there. Whether it's national talk or not, it needs to get to the level of the counties. Let us go. Bana, technology ni sisi millennial, young millennials, etc., and Gen Zs. Sisi tu ndio we can beat them at this. So please, click on that Kenya County News. Do not worry about the logo, etc., etc. Just click on that link and follow it. It's a WhatsApp channel. We will keep managing it. I'll get more volunteers. I promise that. Even graphic designers, etc. Thank you for the DMs. For different people already, man, you guys are amazing. People are just already DMing, just asking how they can help, how they can move this forward, especially on the WhatsApp. Continue. Zileteni, mimi uzisoma, na kina Afro, kina yo, we will pass through this as well and bring you the best. My journalist friends, if you're here, you are the people who also hold a very key part of this. Very, very key part of this. Tafadhalini, get in contact. Now Itaji, please get in contact and supply this. Your people, the people that listen to you, you are doing a good job, but the traditional media is not going to handle this for the long run like we are going to do. So journalists, tafadhalini, for volunteer, please, kujeni, naomba tafadhali kujeni, just DM me, we'll work something out. But in the meantime, please retweet that Kenya County News channel, WhatsApp channel, na muimbe about it. Ask other influencers as well to join it, the ones for the cause. Let's build the numbers and followership. Dennis Lawezi.
Oh, Wanyama, as I finish,
Okay.
thank you so much for the space. I'm afraid I have to leave, but yeah, I'll still rejoin. Kuna mbali naenda, but thank you so much.
Asante sana Keith. Na muendelee. Hiyo WhatsApp group tafadhali join. Dennis seems to be. Dennis, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Wanyama.
Aya, tuendelee mbele na discussion as we wait for the host to give us what is it called? The co-host rights. Endelea mbele. We are talking about how do we get to the silent majority.
I would say, okay, thank you very much. My point on the silent majority, especially our parents, is first of all, I would echo the previous speaker. Then I would add on the primary way of getting to them, enlightening them, is by, you see, these are our parents. Most of Gen Zs, these are our parents. We live with them. So the first step is to talk to them. I would give you an example. After the financial bill was dropped, very many parents were telling Gen Zs, now, please, can you calm down? Give him time. We see he has dropped the bill, because they are not aware. They are not aware of what people are asking. They see financial bill drop. They think it is only about financial bill. So you need to tell them there is so many things to talk about in this country. There is a lot of rot, corruption, everything. And this now, most of them, you need to talk to your parents day by day, telling them why we are on the streets. And by so doing this, for me, there's a primary method we can apply on that matter. Can I continue on other issues, or we are first discussing that one?
Continue for a minute or two.
Okay, thank you very much. And I request you guys to follow me. I don't have followers. I have like about 155 followers, so I really appreciate. I follow back immediately. So I say, so I would like to, the previous point I had put forward about having, like, if we decide to occupy, let it be one place. Because somebody has just talked about the Occupy Parliament. It worked. When that time, if you could go to the X space, you would see it was only Occupy Parliament and Occupy Parliament only. And it worked. And I can assure you, after Occupy Parliament, we haven't achieved much. That was the greatest achievement we achieved, is in numbers. After that, now things began to be, fear came in after military and other things. That's why we need to be united again. We have a common front, and we are going to achieve. Number two, I would also like to contribute a bit about how our country is, like, it is held hostage by the political class. You can see people said reject finance bill, but what did we witness after it was rejected? You see these people, all of them, starting from the head, the fish rots from the head, starting from the head. He started saying, now conditions, it has been dropped with conditions, but that is not what exactly the citizens wanted. This rudeness, citizens wanted things to run normally, but drop the finance bill. Why? Because the country has money. The money is siphoned by corrupt leaders. The money, we all know where the money goes. The money is allocated to unnecessary offices and so on. Operating with the previous budget and dropping the finance bill, why are you giving citizens conditions? Can you see the kind of people you are dealing with? You people, that is not what people wanted. You start giving people conditions when people are telling you to check on our expenditure. It is possible to operate within our means, but it doesn't mean you start giving citizens strict conditions, as if you are running the country as if it is a small office. You are a small office, like somebody said here in the space the other day, like a kibanda. You can close when you want. You tell the citizens the way you want, even if that is not what they are asking for. It is very unfortunate. For example, I will tell you another case. Personally, people are saying when chief is dropped, we go back to NHIF. But people are forgetting, in the same NHIF, for example, there is a lot of corruption there. A lot. For example, one day I went to Kenyatta a very long time ago. We young people, thank God we are educated and we understand these things. When I went to Kenyatta Hospital, I was paying NHIF, and I asked, I happened to ask one medic if I can be treated. And the response she gave me was very provocative. She told me, no, NHIF is for civil servants. Imagine, she could have even have used other language. I got provoked and I asked her, are you serious? KNHF is for civil servants. Are they the ones who pay tax? That is the question I asked her. Because I was very angry with that response. Are they the ones who pay tax? So NHIF, apart from all the, it is schemed to make sure the common citizens do not access healthcare, even if you pay that insurance fund. How? First of all, they have some funny conditions that you must choose a hospital. I'm paying health insurance fund. Again, this is a government scheme which we should even access healthcare without even paying for that insurance. And then you have to choose hospital. You are in Kajiado. It is a way of denying you access to healthcare, which is provided in the constitution. And you need also to amplify this and get this across to the lawyers, because that I find it very it is mockery to tell people if you have to choose a hospital, and then you cannot choose that Kenyatta National Hospital. But then when I went to be treated there, the doctor, that is what the doctor had to say. The doctor told me KNH is for civil servants. I want to ask you for sure, is it civil servants who pay tax in this country? Is it civil servants? Are you serious? Is it only civil servants? I asked her that question. I was very angry. If Kenyatta National Hospital is excluded for choosing as a hospital, and even we should not have that discussion of choosing hospitals. I mean, we should access healthcare free. Now you are even paying insurance fund. Then they are putting conditions to make sure citizens does not get healthcare, which is written in the constitution. It is a right for the Kenyan citizens. Like, I do not understand the kind of country we are living in. This is something people are forgetting when they are saying we go back to NHIF. But even the NHIF itself, there are a lot of reforms that need to be done. Believe me, you. So that is one of the experience that I had with NHIF, and we need. So for me, I even actually stopped paying NHIF. So the other one is I would like to echo those people who are saying we should not wait for 2027. I want to tell you guys, anyone who come to this space to tell you we wait for 2027 for elections, to tell you you take your ID. Yes, we should of course apply for voters card and ID cards, but let us finish this mission. The person who tells you 2027, he does not understand Ruto. I want to tell you the truth. This is a little devil himself. First of all, the damage in 3 years that this person will do to the country, it will be almost impossible to recover. I want to tell you that this Ruto, in 2.5 years or 2 years that they have been in office, as someone said, you cannot even spot a toilet. You cannot spot a toilet. And every day, this guy wakes up. It is a government of Tukona plan. Tukona plan today, Tukona plan tomorrow. The 5th year, the same guy will be telling you Tukona plan. You cannot even spot a toilet, even after 5 years. You borrow 1.2 trillion within, I saw the last how many days. You steal all of it. Then you go to the people, you tell them, by next year, you'll be having ICT hub in every ward. My friend, and year ends. You go to the public again, you tell them, you go and borrow like 2 trillion, you come and tell them by next year. So what are we talking about, guys? Next year, 5 years will end, and the narrative at the 4th year will be by next year, we will be having an IT hub in every ward. Trust me. So you can imagine so far, almost halfway, the kind of damage these guys have done to the country. You cannot spot even a toilet. All promises every year. So after this year, you tell you the same things. And the people, our parents and other people, as you are saying, we need to enlighten them. They are still telling you, you give them some time. That is the damage I'm talking about. The second thing, that is one thing he will do. The second thing, and I want you guys to listen. This guy, he will make sure there is no way you can remove him from office. Those are 2 things which are going to happen. There is no way you can wait for 2027 unless you want us to lose the country forever. We will never have this country back again. That's what I have to tell you. We will never, and it can never happen if this is the only chance. And believe me, he never saw Gen Z coming. He never. He never saw this movement coming. He never, otherwise, he is a strategist. If he ever saw this one coming, he would have blocked it. He is a strategist. He is a very wicked crook. I think some of you who were able to take history, they know about Hitler. This guy is a very wicked crook, is a very wicked dictator. If he was able to see Gen Z coming, this movement coming, he would have been able to block it. In the same way, my friend, this guy, everyone telling you 2027, this is a distractor who has been sent by the same regime to distract you, to distract us. You believe that is the truth, I know. Because it is a strategy to buy time. Just like the way, you see the way you know how to buy time. This guy came and said he has dismissed CS. Very many people here are thinking that way, that it was buying time. Because some people, a large number of people cooled down. A large number of people cooled down, and that one you can observe. But now I'm very happy. The rage is coming back originally, like the way we did before the finance bill was dropped, because people have seen it is a game. Like they think like the country belongs to the political class, whereas we know the country belongs to the 56 or 54 or 56 million people. We cannot be having a country which at the about 100,000 people owns the country, the 52 or 53 point something million are sufferers. There is nothing like that. We cannot in 21st century. It is a joke. Okay, somebody comes here. I want to tell you something. Somebody comes here and tells you, please stop this protest. You will ban the country. I want to ask you, everyone who is here, which country is there? Which country is there? These guys have burnt the country, all of it, by looting and corruption. And they are asking you not to ban. Which country? Which country are they asking you not to ban? Okay, I'm not saying we'll be violent, but which country is left? Which country? They are telling you, please stop this protest. We continue with exploitation. Who is against that? That is the truth. They are saying, please stop this protest. That is the message. Please stop this protest. We continue with exploitation. That is the message. It is not we will ban our country. As somebody said, we are being compared with Sudan. Since when demanding accountability? Since when demanding accountability was compared to Sudan? Since when demanding accountability was compared to Sudan? What are these jokes? What are these jokes we are seeing circulating? And some people are buying. Don't buy. Don't subscribe to such jokes. Demanding accountability. How can you compare demanding accountability to Sudan? Is that not a joke? That is a pure joke. So I want to say, this is a chance. The guy is trembling, as Miguna says, and he knows he's applying all the strategy to kill the movement. When this movement dies, there will be no other chance, whether for Gen Zs, whether millennials, whether all the Kenyan citizens, it will not come. This guy will make sure. The way Gen Zs came without him seeing them, being told that the protests are being imported, Photoshop from somewhere. The Gen Zs came without him seeing. If this one dies, the guy is a strategist, and he will ensure there will be no other threat to him of that magnitude. There will be no other threat of that magnitude to the political class, which you can see already. These guys are starting camping together because they know. For example, all these things we talk about of scandals. Raila Odinga, to say the least.
Just a second, Dennis, before you continue.
Yes,
it's okay. You're having a very good submission, and I don't want you to drop yet. Guys, I've put that tweet on the Jumbotron, and thank you to everyone. I'm getting amazing DMs as well. We said let's be active, people. There's 1,000 and something, 1,000, almost 1,300 listeners here. There's a tweet on the Jumbotron here about the WhatsApp channel that we've created. I've created a channel because it accommodates more people, up to above 5,000. We are going to even pay WhatsApp at some point to get premium features of WhatsApp channel. Please retweet that tweet that I've put on the Jumbotron. If you can't see it, please go to my profile and scroll down. It's the second tweet after my pinned tweet. A pinned tweet is the one that is fixed at the top about a prayer or a poem. That's the one I've pinned on my profile. The second tweet, please retweet it. It's also pinned here on the Jumbotron. Please, please, please. I'm asking you. Go retweet it, and even if before you even retweet, click on that WhatsApp link and join that channel. We'll be sharing. I want in an hour or two. I want us to also be posting the missing persons in the WhatsApp group. So please just go join it. Also circulate it on your WhatsApp. I see 100. This is amazing. We're already at 100 followers on the WhatsApp channel. Take the link, forward it to our uncles, our mothers, etc., etc. Ask them to join. We are taking it to WhatsApp. We are taking the movement to WhatsApp. Let it be known that we are taking it to greater heights because we believe the silent majority are going to make a difference. The reason why they are not making changes because of we've been sleeping on proper communication. Na tunaipeleka huko pali wako. Now WhatsApp, see, it's not the only app. We'll even go to Telegram, etc., etc. But first, I believe in us moving strategically. And first, let's go to where? WhatsApp. So it's Kenya County News because we want information from mashinani. So the 1,000 of you, let me see, imefika ngapi before I bring in Dennis again. Niwaambie imefika ngapi. 162. Tuendelee. By the time Dennis is done, let it be at least 500 followers. Tuendelee kutafuta watu wetu in a very simplified manner. I know some things can be lost here on the TL, but on WhatsApp, we will be doing the proper thing. So endelea kufollow. If you cannot see the link, please ask me or DM me. I will send you the link ASAP. I have opened my DMs. It doesn't matter whether you're verified or not. You can send me a message. Let's keep the conversation going, and I'm trying to get Afrocentric to send me the mic. I mean, to give me the cost powers. If that is not possible, I'm going to communicate what you are going to do. Thank you, Dennis.
Okay, thank you very much.
Tulete redemptor pia onge.
Thank you, Onyama. So I want to say the next point I would put forward is about peaceful protests. I want you guys to look it from this angle. Gen Zs at this movement, most of them, like almost everyone, is peaceful. Everyone actually. But now we are dealing with a government which is ready to pay, even to pay goons, which is doing, not today, which is paying goons, and it's out there in the public domain. Everyone knows it is true. And pay goons to come and disrupt these peaceful demonstrations. That's number one. Number two, on the same point. We are dealing with people, a regime which does not obey constitution. So we have a very, very, very big challenge ahead of us. Like, surely, how are we going to achieve this through peaceful protest with a regime which does not respect even life, which does not respect our constitution? It is going to be very difficult, but there is a way. There is a way of achieving it, and the only way to achieve it is numbers. I think I join most of these spaces, but it's like all of them. Every time I join spaces, every time I'm free. And like Muna said, and it is true, it is only, even if they are disobeying the constitution, it is only by numbers. It is only by numbers that we can bring this down, this regime, even if they are doing it. And therefore, if we are not going to have numbers, it is totally impossible to fight someone who is not obeying constitution, who is shooting peaceful protesters. How is it going to work? It cannot work. It is numbers. And how can we achieve these numbers? You see, as I said, remember the time of Occupy Parliament. It was only, even when you go to X space, it was only Occupy Parliament. And that's why everyone was not distracted. They knew it is Occupy Parliament, and tomorrow is Occupy Parliament. But now what do you see? You see people saying today, to the same day we are occupying somewhere, the people, the same day you hear, this place called Kangemi, are they demonstrating? No. Why are you demonstrating in Kangemi, surely? What are we doing? We are losing. What are you doing in Kangemi? If we are occupying Uhuru Park, please let those guys come from Kangemi. What are they doing in Kangemi? We lose. Very many people will be killed. So there's a small group. Another small group is Kayore, is another side. Now, police, they find it so easy. They are just laughing at us, killing us, abducting us. Let us pull numbers. Number two, on the same. you observe that when we are demonstrating, very many counties are very active, very active. So now we have started to plan how can these people come? How can we pull these people? We finish. They have issues with the county government. Every government is rotten. All the 47 county governments are rotten, plus the national government. And we understand it. But it is a collective problem of all the Kenyans. So how can we centralize this process? We deal with one issue at a time. It will take less than 2 days to bring down the national government. If those guys I saw demonstrating all those across the country, they can agree to come to Nairobi. Let us support each other. They come. Those who are completely